All right, we're going to go through every single Cloudspire expansion, and I'm just going to rank them for you guys. I play a lot of this game. I'm not saying I'm the best. For people getting in, there's a lot of content here I'm grateful for. The problem is, if I was getting in, I kind of wish there was a video or something to kind of explain, hey, what should you get? Some things to consider. I don't really play a lot of solo, not a lot of co-op, play a lot of multiplayer competitive games. I'm taking this approach from somebody who's looking to play competitively, not somebody who's looking to play solo or cooperative. Some of them are not available in the store. I think I know why. It's because they're out of print. Let's just start with the neoprene mat. I don't have it, and let me explain why. If you actually look at this picture here, this picture clearly explains why. If you're playing a two-player game, like 1v1 multiplayer or solo co-op, get it. It's perfect. We play 3 players, 4-player games, which you can use on the mat, but the problem is we also include portal seekers pretty much all of our games, and as soon as you add that in, this map becomes absolutely useless. So we don't have it. It just doesn't work for us. This is an F. If you're playing solo co-op, maybe I'll put it up like a B. I have more like a C. Let's go to Hero's Bounty. This is an expansion that was free. You back the Kickstarter for Horizon's Wrath. Good expansion. It's just a bunch of event relic cards, ones that really thought through more. It's 15 bucks. I'd rather spend an extra $10, $14 to get a faction first. It works. For me, this is like a C. The problem is a lot of people play Cloudspire don't even play with event cards anymore, which we play with event cards. If you don't even use event cards in the game, this is definitely below a C. I have it. I use it. Let's go with the Greige faction. This is a faction expansion you can buy. Great expansion. It's a bug faction. It's exactly what every faction in the game provides. You got a solo cooperative map for the game, as well as factions that play uniquely to the way they promote, the way the spires work, and influence the market. Greige is a great faction. I think everybody should have it. That's an A. Pretty simple. Any questions? No. Let's move on. This is Anchor's Plunder, the book. I don't have it. And I think as explained earlier in the video, I'm not into the story of the game. I'm here to play a game. For me, it's an F. Do you need it? No, because all the solo co-op scenarios come with the game. So it's more of just lore. And if you want lore, get it. This leads me to this book here too, The Journey Wars. Might as well just take that and put it right there with it. Boom. That's exactly why I don't have it. Premium health chips. I played Cloudspire for, I would say, played about 10 games without the health chips. And when we got them, when we started playing with them, let's just say we never went back. This is a must-have. Is it gonna make or break the game? No, not at all. It's for experience. And for me, when I play a multiplayer game, the feeling of the experience is important as well. This is an A tier for me. I think you should have this. Even though it's just chips, play Too Many Bones, play Hakalmakas or anything else, Thorium, you can use these premium health chips in all the other games. Portal Seekers, not a lot of people play with it that I'm aware of. I don't really know of people that use it. Portal Seeker is an extra island that gets attached outside the main island of the game. It comes with unique landmarks that are part of the island that's separated from the main island. It has event cards, relics with it, 2 small earthscapes, and the 2 isles that you set up. For me, from my experience, I love this expansion. We use it in almost all of our competitive games, unless table space doesn't allow. Is it as good as a faction? I think so. And let me explain why. I'm going to put it up here. Because even if you don't use the islands, you can still mix the islands in when you create the map or the standard game. Those market chips, they get mixed in with solo, co-op, and multiplayer. The landmarks, they get mixed in with solo, co-op, multiplayer. This expansion kind of fills a lot of places. Now, the problem is people don't use the 2 islands for the Portal Seeker side. They use it for just the base game side. I think it's an A. I think it's a must-have. Cloudspire miniatures. This is the base game miniatures. When we got them, we set them up on the table, and we started a game with the first game. I still remember the first game we had them. Our eyes were like, oh, whoa, this is a tower defense game. There is definitely areas of hostility where you can play the game before you just, the spires are all there, this and that, but like once they're up in the air and you can see them, you go, okay, there's some serious business going on back here. From my experience, from playing multiplayer, we have never played a game without them unless I forgot to bring the miniatures. This is S tier. This is a must-have. I can play without the health chips if I have miniatures. I'm okay with that. That's S. I don't know why it's S. For me, the experience, it adds so much to the multiplayer experience. It makes the board more clear, brings clarity to what's going on the match, who has what where, and you don't get confused between all the chips on the board, especially in a 4-player game. Man, it's pretty wild. Horizon's Wrath is an expansion. They're like pirates. They have a ship. You can fly around the map, which is pretty cool. I don't like playing them. I don't even like playing against them. The Swabbies and the Swashbuckle, they're not fun for me. They're challenging. I will play them, but I don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? It's not like Brawn where you can progress, like a progression track. It's more like the Aurora, which I don't enjoy playing as much. But with that said, this is still A. this is a great faction expansion. I still think what you're getting is great, and there's some players out there that would love it. Like I said, just because I don't like it, it's still a solid expansion for what you get. The version 2 miniatures for the Horizon's Wrath and for the Uprising, they're like here, D or E. I'll put it at D. Number one thing is the ones I got, for some reason, the designs, they would either not hold the chips because they're too tight in the bottom, or the spacing on the bottom was so big it was getting into other hexes. I have a review on it where I'll show you see the footage of what I'm talking about. But that's not really my problem. You can still play with it. Real problem we had with this expansion is it's expensive. You honestly, you don't need it. You can just use the expansions from this one. You can only play 4 players. So, and the base miniature set comes with 5 factions. So, if you're playing the Uprising, just use the Braun faction spires, or the Grige, or any other one. The colors won't match, but everybody knows. We will play with them, but if somebody didn't have them, I'll just be like, hey, let's just use the miniature base ones. And this expansion, I don't think is that cheap either. That's another problem with it. For the guys that are collectors, yeah, I guess for sure get it. I wouldn't buy this. I'd definitely get everything else above first, from top down, purchasing wise. This. If you need a dice tower, something to chuck your dice, maybe? I'd put that there, because I'd for sure say get this over that. I don't know how that would help you out at all. Just a dice tray. Whatever. No problem. Some people want it. We don't care for it. The last is the Uprising. If you're going to play Cloudspire, and you're looking at buying factions and expanding the game, this is the first faction you should get as of now. I know there's a new expansion coming out soon, but this is, as of now, the Uprising should be the first faction you get. And the reason why I say it is, not only do you get a faction with the game, which is the Uprising, but you also get 23 market chips, from equipment to spires to heroes to minions. Those chips can be used in all solo games, all multiplayer games, all co-op games, all endless games. That's awesome. What is it, $29? How much is it now? $30. 11 market chips, 6 equipment chips, 6 spires. It's probably the best bang for your buck you can get for a faction. And the faction's fun. The faction's good. It's challenging. This is S tier. This goes up here. That's the way I would get it if I was to go through and redo this again. Hopefully you guys get a better understanding of what you want and don't want when it comes to the future Cloudspire, especially those looking to purchase it. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Send me comments if you disagree. I really won't care. It is my biased review, but ultimately, hopefully for the new players, this helps you understand what you should look for if you're a competitive board game, not if you're a solo cooperative board gamer. If you're playing like solo or co-op, not much would really change there too much. I mean, the books you can get, but the problem is if you get the books, right? If you get these books, guess what? You still need the faction expansions. But if you get the faction expansions, all the solo co-op expansions it's already in there. This is more for lore, so you wouldn't even need that. The only thing that might change is this neoprene mat. I'd probably bring it up to like a C. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy.